Today, on Ghosts Etc's Paranormal 101, we're going to be diving into the vocabulary of the paranormal. We'll be going over common terms and phrases that we use in our investigations. So grab your pens and take some notes. Class is in session. Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of Ghosts Etc. I'm your host, Nico Fontaine, your resident ghost guru. In our last episode, we explored the various technologies we use in paranormal investigations. Today is going to be centered completely around vocabulary, terminology, and the jargon that we use while on or referring to an investigation. So the terms that we're going to be using today are not the complete dictionary of terms that are used by paranormal investigators. This is going to be simply a list kind of consolidated down to the most common terms that we use. Starting things off, let's discuss the term apparition. An apparition is a ghostly figure or image that is often visible to the naked eye. Apparitions can take many forms, from fully formed human shapes to partial manifestations, such as a face or a hand. Seeing an apparition can be a startling and profound experience, as it provides a visual evidence of a possible spirit presence. Another important term that is used quite frequently is a residual haunting. This type of haunting is like a tape recording that replays the same event over and over again. Unlike intelligent hauntings, where the spirit interacts with the living, residual hauntings are more like echoes of the past. They don't interact with observers because they are not conscious entities. The hauntings often occur in places where a traumatic or highly emotional event happened, leaving an imprint on the environment. A really good example would be Gettysburg, for example, a great war, a lot of death, sudden death, traumatic events happened to soldiers out there, and eyewitnesses and paranormal investigators have documented seeing soldiers still marching out in the fields, still ducked behind a tree or something of that nature, literally still reliving the war. Speaking of intelligent hauntings, a poltergeist, derived from the German words for noisy ghost, is known for causing physical disturbances. These can include, but are not limited to, moving objects, making loud noises, and even in some cases, physical attacks. Poltergeist activity is often attributed to a restless spirit or, in some theories, a psychokinetic energy generated unconsciously by a living person, usually an adolescent. Next up, we have EVPs. Now, EVPs, or electronic voice phenomenon, are sounds or voices that are captured on a recording, but are not heard at the time of the recording. They are considered to be the potential communications from spirits. To capture EVPs, investigators ask questions during recording sessions and leave pauses for possible responses. Later, they meticulously review the recordings for any unexplained sounds or voices. The term cold spot refers to an area of significant temperature drop within a location that is otherwise at normal temperature. Paranormal investigators believe that cold spots may indicate the presence of a spirit drawing energy from the environment to manifest. Using thermal cameras or infrared thermometers, we can detect the temperature anomalies and document them as part of our evidence. Another common term is orb. Orbs are spherical shapes that appear in photographs or videos and are often attributed to spirits. However, it's important to approach orbs with caution. Many supposed orbs are actually caused by dust, insects, or moisture particles reflecting light. True paranormal orbs are usually characterized by their movement and the way that they emit their own light. Shadow person is another term you'll hear frequently. Shadow people are dark, shadowy figures that are often seen out of the corner of the eye. They can appear as fleeting shapes or more defined human-like forms. Witnessing a shadow person can be unsettling, and these entities are often associated with a sense of fear or malevolence. Let's talk about doppelgangers. A doppelganger is a ghostly double of a living person. Seeing one's own doppelganger is often considered an omen of bad luck or even death. These sightings are rare and usually reported as visual phenomenon, where the double mimics the actions of the living person instead of their appearance. Lastly, we have portal. In paranormal terms, a portal is believed to be an entryway or gateway through which spirits or other entities can enter our world. Portals are often thought to be located in places with high levels of paranormal activity. Identifying and understanding portals can be crucial for investigators trying to explain recurring intense phenomena. Understanding these terms is essential for any serious paranormal investigator. It helps us communicate our findings accurately and ensure we're all on the same page when discussing our experiences and evidence. As we continue our series, you'll see how these terms come into play in our investigations. That's going to wrap up today's episode on the vocabulary of the paranormal. Remember, there are tons of phrases and terms that we have not gone over and will definitely touch on future episodes. Next week, we'll delve into the research techniques necessary for a successful investigation, including historical research, location scouting, and interviewing witnesses. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to reach out to us in the comment section or shoot us an email at ghostsetc@icloud.com. That's ghostsetc@icloud.com. As always, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep believing. Until next time, this is Nico Fontaine signing off, and you've been listening to Ghosts Etc. Good night.